Alrighty then. Here's a continuation of the euro dollar. Looking to break out the high of 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago. But this is the place we've closed at. So this first target's been met, which is just the range target. Now we're looking for the longer term wave completion. If I go to the weekly, and it just looks like a little flag here on the weekly. So when you change time frame like that, you can see how that on the weekly that looks like just a little angle there, but that's very critical point, because that's the point at which this we flipped over and this became the new support right there, 112. Kind of makes sense if gold's above 1200. It's like a real juicy number because it's a dozen, because it's got the 12 in there. So here was the flipping point. Now it's possibly going to have to trim these prices, and maybe we can get there by the end of the week. Another that would be another 70 pips up. So 114 and change. You can kind of just see where the big resistance is. Just below that 114. So we got to go punching through last week's high and then take out this high from way back in the wintertime. Which would be pretty amazing. But how you get there, it's going to be a real jagged road. Right now in the 1 hour, I'm sitting in this little quiet zone. So I'm a seller if it goes up and a buyer if it goes down. Pretty simple approach. Same thing over here. Got this guy running. Let me squeeze this over a little bit. Yeah, this guy's running the same story. He's a buyer if it dips way down in here at the critical breakout zone. That's 100 pips, those big fat ones. So you can get an idea what that 100 pip window. If you make this thing, you can go inside MetaTrader and widen that up. You can make it a whole lot of pips. Actually, right now it's like about 20 pips. If you go like this. So it's like a 20 pip window. So I should have made a different color because you can't really see the wick dipping in there. But yeah, it looks like it's hell bent on this next lunge. Kind of pretty steep now, so maybe you have to get a little bit less, curb your enthusiasm. Bring it down to this point, hang it off of this. Can't get too greedy at this point. Of course, I guess you could say this is the new trend off of this top. So you can maybe, usually don't want to push these things because the problem is market just doesn't always give you a nice move in the direction you want it to go. But I guess you can make the argument it's breaking that, and it's just so off to the races that let's go to 4 hour. It is one of those things where this is the new top on the 4 hour. If you're using top bottom theory, and we just broke out. Now this is just the pullback for another big step up. I guess if you go to the 1 hour, it's a triangle that's being broken right now. Can't literally look at the channel, the big channel right now. I have to kind of look at what's going on tonight because I just want to make 30, 40 pips. Not looking to, we could still come flying back, and this here is a little bit of a shallow, a little steep. Of course, things get really complex during these consolidations, or maybe this is the top. It does seem like it's logical, like up, down, up, down, up, down, but this could be the night that we just keep going. You know, you're so close to the edge here, and they bid it up so far. Maybe it pulls back to this big round handle. So if that's the case, I'm going to buy it on a plunge back as it wraps around this. And I'll just put my outlandish orders down here. So if it comes smacking all the way back to this top, which I've seen that too, seen that happen. So this would be the buy zone here. This definitely, anything, this is about a 20 pip window buy zone. And just if it just can get down to here, this is 50 pips. So I'll buy it on that 50 pip pullback, and I'll sell it if it goes smashing up into Crazyville, which on the weekly is the stop hunt into this thing. And if you don't feel comfortable selling that aggressive, you can always just move these orders up. Like here's the stop, and there's a take profit. That's unfortunately moving the either a stop or a limit. It's hard to grab an order. Here's a psycho tight stop. I don't know how this got like this. It's kind of asking a lot. So you can always move the stop up on that. I guess that was the top of a bank. It's actually a scalp into something I don't even know. Anyways, yeah, I don't like to move them. I like to go with my trade plan. So here is, like, say, if I'm going to sell up there, it looks like that. Right at the edge. It just lay grids in. You know, put 10 orders in there. That way, you put a 1K in. These are 1Ks. You could be putting in 10K all the way up into here, 20K for just, you know, in case it spikes up there, which it possibly could. Now, the 1 hour chart, it looks a little bit like, I guess it's a buy at the market. I bought a little bit here on a stop. The 15. If it goes up here, I'll get filled. So now it looks like it's coming back. I think I would buy it on a stop. Just put one order in there. If it keeps going up, it'll pick me up, and then I want to buy it if it plunges. So I'm always looking to do this trade every 15 minutes. Put in this order bank. Market spikes down for no apparent reason, then it rips up, or it just spikes down, and that way I'm getting filled down here, say 20 pips deep, like this. If I get filled on these, there's a higher probability that that's going to be an unfair price than if I bought right at the market right now. So if I put in orders down in Disneyland, where you can't believe the market would go below this round handle, then it's higher probability that it's going to reject that price, and I'm gonna sweep that whole order bank. But look at this explosion earlier, and here was the leaving the station this morning. What it looked like. It was the breakout, trapped the bulls. If you had your trend line here, you broke it, and then you pulled back, and then they so the bulls started putting their stop in here, trailing it up, up, up. Then they got stopped out, and the market came back all the way to this key that goes all the way back to this top double bottom, and then that's about just a few pip window. So you have to have orders to scalp to here to make 20, 30 pips, and then have some that go along for the ride for another, this is a big news deal. And if you zoom out, you can see that you could have taken the 20, 30 pips to here. Sellers tried to come in there, I'm sure. Well, maybe we've got to sell there. But they just crushed through that. Now, that's the 15 minutes, so a lot of zigging and zagging in here. But you can see that 20 pip, that's like a half hour of price behavior below. So that's the, see that top right there, that internal top that becomes the bottom. And then we ricochet off that. So that whole time that's forming, you've got this trend line that you broke that triple top. So in kind of a messy way, this 1, 2, 3, 4 top, that one's critical because you blew through that, and that became a retest here just for a moment in time. And if you drew, say, a trend, I'd call it a trend channel like this, where you've got this narrow band of crossover. So you just fatten up the trend line as if you're drawing a really fat trend line. And that way, and then you can see here, we're in the same issue, the same kind of cadence of the market, the same way it kind of slumps down. Okay, now I want to get in here. Let's pull back for about a 30 pip slam. And yeah, that's my favorite trade is the market comes ripping down and then it bounces back up really quick. So here I think I'm in on one. I think I bought one at the market there. So now looking to get filled on this plunge now. So this is how I usually do it. Just because it's quick and dirty money. I don't really want to spend a lot of time. It's like it's like maybe an hour and a half swing trading, but it's really a scalp, I guess, because some of those orders, if it does plunge, it'll only spend a moment there before it goes slamming back up. Now I want to put in some buy stops above the sell-off. So these won't get filled unless it really goes up. They're kind of like 5 pips away. But that's going to last about, that will last like 8 hours or something. Okay, now, if I'm not getting filled on these buy stops, I'm going to put a super tight. This is almost like buy at the market, and then to take profit there, just 10 pips above. So I think we're walking up a stairway now. So I'll start buying it if it can go higher. And that would be, you'd see it on the 5 minute like this. This is where they want to hunt to. Just into this internal top, inside the bottom. So these are all valid entries. Buy limits here. But I'm putting the buy stop above here because I don't know if they'll be able to take it back all the way. They already got the guy that has a stop here. So, yeah, guys, so I'm going to put a tight stop in there. I guess they grabbed that. Of course, I'll be selling as soon as we get back to here. I'm going to sell a little bit as we go after the this top. But that's on the 5 minute chart. That's just a tremendous amount of redrawing of trend lines, but it's safer than trading the those 1 hour or dailies where you have a stop that's 200, 300 pips, So I'm looking to break this trend line now. Break that on the 5. I went and did the smash back here. We got news coming out, I'm sure, in about 3 minutes. That typically gives you a nice reason for some kind of up or down movement. That's really hard.